At 13.
Okay, it's time to hang in and see what they've got at the end here. Birdie par bogey. He has not figured out how to play this hole. Got to hit a little hook, and it's narrow, and he hooked it, and there's trees all over the place. That sounded loud, that whack. Where it bounced, I have no clue, but it hit that tree in a hurry, which means one of the first trees, and he's going to have a mile to the green and nothing but foliage in front of it. Now back at the green, this putt always, the ocean is to the right over here. And this putt always looks like it's going to hook, but it stays straight, and they miss it right. I hate to give you the negative stuff. Missed it right. Just everybody can't figure that one out because that Barranca down where the caddies are, that's really low down there. So you think it just fits right down to the bottom of that hill. Okay, so Sergio falls back to 7. I'm trying to figure this thing out. Paul Casey's got a really good chance now. He's got the little putt on 17 to get to 7 with 1 hole to go. I'd love to post 7 right now. See what happens. And let's go there to Paul Casey now. I think this is a huge putt.
Yeah, it certainly is now. After this rain's come down and made it even that much tougher, it might be 7 in a playoff. But if he could just go knock this one in and birdie the last. He's had a good look at his fellow competitors' putts. You've seen the line. Beautifully played, Paul Casey. Nice up and down. Just moments ago, you can see Paul's marker there. This one was for eagle after a brilliant second shot. And he gets a little fired up right here. Keegan Bradley moves to 5 under after a birdie par eagle run here for 3 holes. 4 at the top at 7 under. Vijay 1 behind.
Paul Casey made about a 45-footer here for the only 3rd birdie of the day. As we come to the last groups, and you can see right there the wind swirling all over. That ball is cascaded in the front bunker. We'll find out how the lie is in a minute. Meanwhile, let's go back to 15.
It's Dustin Johnson.
That's it.
1 back.
Fabulous. Oh, how did he get it to spin back? But still a good chance.
A lot of different possibilities out there. Now 4 tied at the top with the likes of Singh and Johnson right on their heels.
On the tee of the beautiful par 3 14th.
Well, playing 186 yards into a fairly brisk breeze right now. Sergio had 6-iron, went to 5, which I think is a prudent play, and I think he needs to get all of this to get it back to the hole in.
Yeah, well, there you go. Good call.
Now he's going back to the 6. So.
Quickly over to 16.
Oh, a long bunker shot down there and no green to work with. He's going to try to just hoist that in the air, and it just got stuck in that grass. See, that thing bounced backwards. 14.
Let's see if caddy Glenn Murray handed him the correct club.
Well, it's bringing in low and hot.
Oh, nice little check there. Nice little second bounce check in the Kikuyu.
That's where Kikuyu can help you.
Yeah, he said yesterday that he felt Seve-like in the way that he got his way around this golf course. Peter, take a look at that swing.
Well, Sergio setting up left, and the best thing I like about his golf swing is the way he retains the angle of the shaft and the lead arm coming forward. So as we look at this with our Konica Minolta BizHub Swing Vision camera, just watch the shaft angle. It'll drop down right there, and he increases the angle between the shaft and the arm and gets the grip well ahead of the golf ball with the shaft leaning. Look at how much angle of descent he had there. That 6-iron probably had 4-iron loft at impact.
Yeah,
beautiful
I agree.
pair of hands. Beautiful pair of hands.
Very few as good as that, that's for sure. At 15.
Short-sighted Hahn Trying to get some spin out of there, but there she goes. There's amazing swale. It approaches. Par putt coming up for him. Meanwhile, look at Goosen in all kinds of trouble at 13.
Yeah, there's a small tree in his way there, his backswing, and this is his third shot. He just, and he could have tried to hit a big cut there, but Nick, really, that's about as smart as you could be, but still got to get up and down for bogey.
Gives him a chance with a long, well, a 90-yarder. Wow.
Boy, more and more, Paul Casey's looking pretty good. Vijay Singh now, like this for his par. Of course, that's going to roll up about 4 or 5 feet away, and that's that downhill left to right. You got to put it outside the hole. You get the idea. I don't think many guys right now are having fun. Let's go to 15.
I agree. Just survival right now.
And I can give you the update on Casey, who's up ahead of those he's jockeying with. He's driven it way right at the 18th. Working on a beautiful round to get into a tie for the lead. There has been a 65 shot today by Blaine Barber to move up into 14th position. That's the best round by 2 shots. But Dustin Johnson playing with Jim FURYK. FURYK's at 5, Johnson at 6. Chance to tie the lead right here for Dustin.
Very difficult. It's downhill. You see where he's standing, how steep that is. The first yard. Oh, it's a fabulous effort.
Is it ever? Wow! Dustin Johnson ties the lead at 7 under par, circles the cup. And 3s are a rarity there at 15, although in the group ahead, Jordan Spieth that just made one.
Now can you play perfect golf coming in? You just need, this is a fabulous putt, fabulous read. It went in like the water and you're going down your plug hole, didn't it? Really around the corner. Now can you play 5 perfect solid shots to get in?
16.
Just a nasty little putt down the hill for a hold and then come back, and that is going to be for a double bogey for Vijay Singh. Let's go to 15.
Hahn for par. To stay tied.
Get in there.
Oh my goodness. Up and down out of the greenside bunker, short-sided.
It's an awful lot better than whatever it is, 267th in the world.
Yeah, it looks much better than that. I'll tell you, the swing certainly looks much better than that,
well,
too.
This might be a disaster. Paul has only hit 240 off the tee. Must have hit the trees and then come back. Now he's got a layout. So he needs a great up and down to stay at
7 under.
7, yeah.
So Casey there at 18 just gets it back into play. Vijay Singh, by the way, just hold out for double at the 16th. And we go back to the 13th hole.
The second flight's broken out here at Riviera Club Championship. Guys are trying hard, but things just aren't going their way. That is a deep, deep divot. It should kind of settle down, yeah. And that's going to leave him about 15 feet away, and he's got to make that, or he is going to be looking at a double bogey as Vijay just made here on 16. So
who's going to lose the least?
Yeah, who's going to lose here? Let's go to 14.
Well, Sergio said he's been chipping and getting it up and down and feeling Seve-like the last couple of days. Maybe he can do it again. Just peeled straight left off the fringe. That's why you're better off chipping those if you've got a decent lie. I'm sure he'll tap that one in for his 3. So Sergio at 7 under. 5 players at 7 under. Will it be good enough?
Okay, Dustin Johnson after that birdie on 15, a rarity. This would be a rare birdie. birdie here since only 3 have been made.
Come left.
Let him do the announcing. Oh, yeah. That's the closest one I've seen here in a while. And again, this hole's on 164 yards. 14.
Sergio for the tap-in par. Good 3 there. Actually, pars are great from 12 through 16. Try and make birdie up the downwind 17th and hang on at the last.
Good looking swing in it. He rode it a little bit. Got the weight going forward. That means is it to the right? Exactly what it means. Got sliding on it too much. Back to 13. Graham Dillette.
2 magnificent shots to there.
He is at 5 under at the moment.
No, he
4
isn't.
under, excuse me.
No, he isn't.
No, yes, he is now. I was clairvoyant. Let's not count him out. 18. Big
Third
wedge.
shot. Yeah, third shot, Casey.
Down rain. 128 yards. To the right, but there's the good side to miss pin high. Very good. Got to just crash bang wallop, force that one in somehow. In the clubhouse at 7, that would be.
Be huge. Let's get back to 13.
Well, he made a good run for a long time, David, but that's not going to help on the 13th hole. It's double bogey. And now let's go to 15.
Second double of the day for Goosen. Now here's Garcia.
I think they like it. Somebody said beautiful, but is it right again? Oh my goodness, his rain is really affecting the golf ball.
It's way back.
This hole is playing exceptionally long right now.
He is way back there. Following our broadcast, log on to PGAtour.com for the Winners Live post-round press conference. All the comments and insights from the champion exclusively on PGAtour.com. 4 tied, make it 5 tied at the top in a wild race at Riviera.
Okay, James Hahn. He's 5 out of 6 for the week out of bunkers, so I'm going to look for something where that sounded good, didn't it? Nice stomp. Oh, he stopped it. Wow. They have a good look at the putt right there. Anything past this hole is not fun, so he's in a good position. And let's go to 18.
And here you go to post 7 under Paul Casey for par.
Gruesome legs. Yeah, it's damp. But who knows at 6.
Paul just recently married. His wife Pollyanna is back in the UK watching. So now we've got 3 at the top. Goosen falls off that list of 7 under par performers with his double. Dillette was down early, but can't rule him out off that birdie at 13. Steve Stricker won here in 2010. Aaron Baddeley, that was such a big day for him in 2011. Bill Haas won in the playoff in 2012. John Merrick, local boy, out of Long Beach in 2013. And Bubba last year, the victor. And maybe it'll be one of these 2 guys. 16.
Well, I thought it was cold and wet, but we're going to take off the jacket. Dustin has got 12 feet. It's actually not a bad putt. It is one of the straightest putts out here if he doesn't try to read something into it.
Well, he works hard on the reading, doesn't he, Gary?
Yep.
And he's been putting great, so he must sense it. With his length, he holds this and plays 4 solid shots up the last 2 holes. Wow.
Good feeling after the last hole where he made a birdie. So let's see if he can read this. I've got it pretty straight.
Mother monkey!
Pushed it right off the bat. You can see the blade opening through that one. And he'll tap that one in, just 12, 14 inches right there. And Dustin's still shaking his head. We'll go back to the 15th hole now, and with a lot of real estate left, Sergio.
He's got 197 yards. The breeze picking up again, playing probably close to 210.
Yeah, and just play for the front left section of the green.
Ooh, this is a low turning 5-iron that's going to miss the green well to the left.
Double crossed.
Yep.
Hit it low. Everything he could possibly despise in the shot.
But that's the best side to miss it. At least he's got a chance. As we've just seen, there's no chance if you miss it to the right.
Kind of like the 10th hole. You don't want to get it above the hole to the right. You got no chance. Now we'll go back to 16. 7 under, trying to stay there. Boy, they all got to 7, and they're all now going away from 7 in the wrong direction. As another guy drops down. Now there's only 2 left. Sergio, Dustin Johnson.
We did say these holes, Gary, 12 through 16, were going to be pretty hard.
Well, let's go to 17 at 5 under. He's only 2 back.
Yeah.
Look at it.
That's right. He can get it up there. He's got a good drive. Get it up near the green or on. Okay. Yep. Decent lie and really nice angle. So Jordan Spieth could get it to 6 under easily and maybe birdie the last. And Graham DeLette after the birdie back there on your hole, Gary. He's here at 14 chance for birdie.
On a 5-iron right at it.
It was a little short here yesterday. Unlucky, I thought. But this is a beauty.
Oh, how does that pull up? With a 5-iron?
Yeah, and Sergio hit one even lower than that, and it stopped really quickly. So a little bit of rain's made a difference.
Kind of helps that part of it, doesn't it? But they'll figure it out. Par straight up the hill, and this guy's definitely got the length if he can get it in the fairway on 17 to get there, without a doubt. And he is one of the guys at 7. Only had 2 guys at 7. Sergio in some trouble back on 15. He can't quite believe he missed that, but man, I saw that blade kind of opening up there. I just kind of wandered right. Okay, let's see if we can get it up and down.
Yeah, or maybe even hole it. It's a good angle. Great effort for Jordan Spieth. Maybe he can tap that one in and birdie the last for the win, for his 2nd win on tour. Still only 21 years of age. He's the guy all these other youngsters are looking up to out here now. Garcia and Johnson at 7. Casey in the clubhouse at 6.
We're back at Riviera with Sergio Garcia, Dustin Johnson sharing the lead at 7 under par. And here is Sergio playing his 3rd at the 15th.
Got a huge break with the ball not releasing on this grass. Pretty straightforward little pitch here.
He's already chipped in at the 12th hole, and that's a beautiful pitch by Sergio, almost assuring par. 17, the par 5.
Dustin Johnson. Smack one up there, avoid the bunker on the right side.
Good, Dustin.
Oh my goodness. All depends on the lie. Left rough, but it's a long way up. Back to 14 green now, Graham DeLette. Well, he held one longer than this back at 13. Can he do it again?
Well, that was about the first putt that he had holed in the 2 days that I've been following him. He certainly gave that a run.
Big putt here now for Jordan Spieth. This for birdie to get to 6. And that was after watching his 2 fellow competitors miss putts of similar distance. So well done there for Jordan. Just for par now, Ferguson. Wow. Talk about US Open tough. This course has all the qualities of a US Open venue, major venue. James Hahn at the par 5. I can tell you Graham Dillette did knock that putt in for his par back at 14, so he's 5 under. And James Hahn also up in the left-hand side. It'll be hard to get to the green from there. To 15.
And Garcia. Ricks in the par putt. Shares the lead with Dustin Johnson. Spieth coming to the 18th now. Fresh on birdies on 2 of the last 3 holes. 15 and then 17. He's one back. Casey in the clubhouse. And I know he'd be the first to say, let's get back to the golf. And we're going to do that. Gary McCord, it's yours. 16.
He always told me, let's get back to the golf. I have a tendency to wonder.
Yeah, this one's right where you would expect it at this point in the junction.
Let's get middle of the green. There you go. Excellent shot right there. Very clever. He's going to have about 35 feet there for his birdie. He's one of the 2 guys tied at 7. Let's go to the other guy.
Yeah, Dustin Johnson, not often he'd be laying up, but a very wet, mushy lie over there. And Oosty, buddy, I'll try and continue your tradition of excellence here on the 17th tower. We miss you. Dustin Johnson a chance there for birdie at 17. Sergio in the middle of the green at 16. Paul Casey in the clubhouse at 6. Maybe Jordan Spieth, he can find something out of the bag at 18. Dustin Johnson seems like he's got the best position at the moment. But Sergio playing like a man possessed. Final stages of the Northern Trust Open here at Riviera.
We're back at 18. Bubba Watson won this event a year ago. And he was in position to make something happen today, but it never unfolded. How about now? Going to tap that in for a 73. Come in 282 aggregate. Tied 15th. To 17.
Dustin Johnson's 3rd here at the par 5. He knew it as soon as he hit it. Oh boy, that was a bad mistake at that time. 18 now.
That is a shocker, and this is surprising too.
Yeah.
How far back Jordan Spieth is at 18.
No. Good lucky.
Okay.
No, it never will be lucky on that corner. It just sticks there every single time. Tee shots are going nowhere. And when he hit it 240 off 18
to 16.
To go up by 1. Oh, that's low all the way. Good putt, though. Good putt. Get your par and get out of here. We got 17 to go. We've got a little trouble up there, it looks like, with DJ. So 18's playing long. I still don't know what's going on here. 8 under going to win. 7 under going to win. Going to be a playoff at 7. There's 3 guys at 6. 17.
And he's still in the mix. James Hahn. A little earlier, just before DJ. Right over the flag. Little spin back down the slope. Dustin Johnson wishes he'd done the same thing. I can tell you that right now. He's got a very difficult up and down. As he finds his way down into that right-hand bunker, hole high. Really wants to try and land this just on and keep it below the hole. It's a very difficult putt past the pin. A little extra rain firms up the top surface. Really dig yourself in, keep your weight to the left so the club stays under the ball. Don't let it bounce and knife it. Like that. It is so easy to do from wet bunkers. What did you do, Nick, in that situation? Did you get more weight left to get the club face under the ball, or?
I copied Seve. Remember his famous one when he had, wider knees, put your hands right between your knees, and when you take it back, you rotate your left wrist, so you really cup your left wrist, and then you just whack it down, a good inch and a half behind the ball.
So, coming to the 17th tee, you would have thought Dustin Johnson, with his immense length and strength, would be able to overpower this hole and get it to 8 under, and now he has 30 feet down the hill for par. He might have just blown it right here.
That's amazing. If the tee shot had hit the fairway, it would have been a different story.
Yeah, because he was far enough up to hit a long iron or a hybrid there.
But we're never, we won't know until after the round what happened with that third wedge shot.
It appeared that he went straight at the flag, and it's funny, he said yesterday, my experience here, and Jim Furyk's got plenty of experience here as well, is to make sure you don't always aim at the flags. Just get it in the right position on the green. Jim needs that for par to remain at 1 over today, 3 under total. 3 under's running 12th.
Yes, and I call it playing defensively aggressive. You pick a spot that is safe, but then obviously trying to play the shot, commit and play the best shot you can to an area that if you're 15 feet out, it still won't go really badly wrong.
Like a generous target, but an aggressive swing.
We call that making an aggressive swing to a conservative target.
Yeah, I agree.
That's what Sergio needs here, too.
Yeah. You let go of the club head again. Where's that?
Wow, that's going left and
way left.
He's been getting shorter and shorter with the driver these last few holes, although he did get through 12 and through 16 even par.
Well, he can't be too aggressive with this, because you can roll this 6 or 8 feet by very easily. Settle down. Well, 3.5 feet left for the 6.
I never would have thought he was going to make the 6. 4 or 5, but not a 6. Jordan Spieth now has a shot at hole this.
I've seen a few players play their third from this area. We've had a couple of close brushes with hole outs.
Well, he's made bunker shots to tie, so he's such a young rookie, hasn't had a chance to hold a chip shot to tie yet, I guess.
Yeah, the bunker to win at the John Deere. Maybe he's done it again. No hole out on this occasion, and he's run it by just outside of 5 feet for his par. Let's get to 17.
James Hahn to get to 7 under. Tie Sergio. No, like so many before him, just a fraction uphill from that direction, but still goes to the last at 6. Once again, Casey in the clubhouse at 6. Dustin Johnson with 3 feet to only drop 1 and go back to 6. Sergio in the left trees at 7. We've had a 6-way playoff here once before. I remember Robert Allenby.
Yeah, and the weather was pretty much like this, too, except it's raining harder.
It's pretty chilly out there, Peter, isn't it, considering what it has been the last few days?
Enough to where I think you have to factor in how far the ball goes in these conditions, and it's led to some bad times for Sergio and J.B. Holmes from the officials. They're still on the clock.
That's the 4th putt I've seen in the last 2 groups missed from 3 feet on this hole. That is a really tricky little position they've got that hole cut. Jim back to 2 under. 6-3-6 the last 3 holes. Tied 4th last week at Pebble. Could start back to his 2015 campaign. Good to have him back out here, but drops back to 6 under. Wow, can he make birdie at the last to get it one ahead of Paul Casey, or can he just scramble for a par? Garcia certainly in the driver's seat, guys.
Boy, they keep falling back. I never would have imagined that Dustin Johnson would make 6 at 17. Now we've got Vijay trying to clean up. He's missed about, what, a 6-footer here for birdie, maybe even shorter. So he has this for his par. And to think that he had the share of the lead on this second side, and it all started to unravel late. Clean card going out. But then the mistakes on that 3-hole stretch. 15 short siding, 16 bunkered. Another bogey at 17. He falls all the way back to a tie for 12th. We got Jordan Spieth, though. This to get in at 6 under par. And who knows? Garcia's wide left off the tee at 17. He's got to come play this 18th hole. This could be, it's all said and done, to get into a playoff for him.
Blocked it. You could see that left hand just lead fraction too much. Well, Sergio now has a great chance if he just lays out correctly, if he can, and then knocks it in close. He might brush it in, might still make a 4 and he get a cushion, or makes a mess of it and is coming up the last trying to match the 6s. Yeah, that affected him. That was not what he was thinking.
Well, he didn't catch it all off the tee. But then failing to get up and down. After a late charge, Spieth, who had quite a stretch in December, won over Australia, won Tiger's event by 10 shots. Final hole bogey drops him into a tie for 5th. Let's get to 17.
Sergio trying to figure out whether it's his turn, Peter.
Yeah, he's got 318 yards to the hole, which is irrelevant here. The difficulty, Ian, is the wet grass and the lie and the angle he has to come back at the fairway. If he wants to try and advance it very far up, he's going to have to curve it, and you can never count on controlling the curve.
Yeah, especially from this thick kikuyu. I mean, it could quite easily trap the club face over and smack it into those 2 eucalypts.
Yeah, this is critical shot here to not get too aggressive.
Just fire it out between those 2 tents. Nice low little draw.
Get over, get over, get over, get over!
Well, it nicked a branch, but it's going to be just fine.
Yeah, it got up a little higher than he was expecting. Good shot. It's not over yet, though. That's where Dustin Johnson was, and he made 6. Since his last win, 2012 Wyndham, we mentioned it before, 18 top 10 finishes, 27 top 5s, 4 runners-up. And I said, I think his attitude has really improved. The last 2 seasons, he looked good there when he won at Wyndham, and it's really improved since. 18T.
Hahn birdied here yesterday. Great balanced swing.
The problem we have at 18, we've only had 3 birdies. But didn't we say that last year? And then when Phil, it wasn't 2 years ago, when Phil and Keegan came along and both birdied 18.
Here's Dustin reaching back. Time flies. That was 3 years ago.
But I think it was same.
Yes, exactly.
Same thing. We hadn't seen any birdies all day, and then the last 2 guys come and both birdie it. But that is awesome, isn't it?
Crushed.
Wow. He must be. He doesn't need a sweater on. He must be hot under the collar after 6 at 17.
Yeah, the wedge.
No,
the killer shot. 16.
Graham DeLette, he's 4 under par, so we've got to go hunting here. And that's not a real good hunter. That's way wide left. Sang Moon Bay now. This was earlier. You saw that ball on the green. Pretty good shot in here. So nobody's got the ball close out here.
It looks like this flag isn't on the green from the tee.
Go to 17.
Okay, Peter Costas, this is, or could be, the shot of the tournament right here. He can win it with a good one.
Well, this is no bargain. It's 161 yards. He's still got a considerable distance to go. And the wind is not very consistent. So I would look for this to be well left of the hole.
Left and a little long. Comes back down the slope if he can spin it. Can he get there with 9, or does he need an 8, do you think, up the hill?
It depends on the shot he wants to play. I think an 8 would be a better choice.
He's gone high. Oh, needed one more. Par might be all he needs. But that's not going to be an easy 2-putt from there.
Now, you've seen all kinds of wild putts there at 17, Ian. And again, the Northern Trust Open coming down to the wire here at Riviera. Thankfully, the rain has settled down now and left the area. Been on and off all day long. Skies are brightening as we could perhaps, who knows, Sergio has control of things. But perhaps 6 under could even find ourselves a large grouping for a playoff. The West Coast golf swing coming to a close with this one today, and then everyone heads to Florida. This would certainly be a big step for him today. He's first, though, got to figure out a way to get down in 2 from just off the green at the 17th. No easy task there, Ian.
No, you're right there, Jim. And
This putt looks like it wants to go left up the ridge and then level out, or perhaps even go back to the right by the hole.
very correct, astute, Peter. It's almost dead straight. It's a slight double breaker. Right, left, right. Too firm to get the right-left part. So now 7 feet left for par to go to the last one in front. Wow.
Hahn at the 18th.
Oh no, another man has lost it off the slope. So difficult to keep the golf ball on the club face just long enough to, we call it covering it or squashing it. And that little tiny bit of left to right slope, knowing you cannot miss the green left.
And who knows, can Dustin Johnson steal this tournament with the final hole birdie? Get up. Beautiful shot.
Couldn't leave a better chance.
That's the putt you'd like to have with this back left hole location. Slightly uphill. The runner up here a year ago, Dustin Johnson. He's got the swagger and he's got the game, and he's got a whole new attitude. Ready to bring out his best play ever after his recent leave of absence from the tour. Let's get back to the 16th.
Sang Moon Bay now. David FURYK with a good look at it.
Yeah, and if he can knock this one in, you never know.
Good putt. Gallery's kind of disappeared, hasn't it, David, on this last threesome of the day?
Well, yeah, this is about the farthest point on the golf course down here, and you got to go a long way past the clubhouse, which looked really good as I was walking by.
That's uphill, though. The rest of the way, you'll be okay. Retief just had an awful day today. This for a bogey. And we'll go to 17. Big putt.
First start of the season here on the PGA Tour. A win would be pretty impressive. First win on US soil. Little right to left, uphill. No. Everyone's missed that one low. Wow, how about that? Dustin Johnson making 6 here, and now Sergio Garcia. If they make birdies, Nick, they go to the last, and it's sort of a given. But especially with their length.
Well, yeah, both of everything. It just shows you, as we know, it's the first 3 days of golf are just for show, and it's all how you can perform on and carry the nerve through on a Sunday afternoon.
You know, he's got 8 wins on tour, has Sergio. Sevi had 9. If he could win today, that would be another storyline going into Augusta. You mentioned Bubba Watson winning here and then winning in Augusta last year. Jordan Spieth finishing 2nd there, played well here. Maybe he can do it this year. It's going to be an exciting Masters, that's for sure.
At 18, Hahn. As we can report, Bay made his par back at 17 or 16.
Oh, I'm surprised he's going with that. Oh, I would have, well, that's the player's choice, but I would have been chipping this thing, because this is just going to bobble him onto the green.
Down in 2. Would be very large. It worked out well. Not exactly the play you would have seen by most players.
Well, yeah, I agree. I'm thinking now, we, of course, sit there thinking chip it in to win, but there's no guarantees of anything right now, so you just, when you're looking at where Dustin is, he could have this to
win the tournament.
To win the tournament. So James may have, well, yes, the player's decision. He felt he had a chance. That was the one.
Well, he nudged it up there close enough. You got to think he's got 4, and we have 4 players right now at 6 under.
Yeah, sometimes it's good to play the percentage game again. You don't want to take a 5 and then 6 does become the playoff.
FURYK. And you see the mark of Johnson.
Oh, that was a good read for him.
Yes, it was. That about halfway there is DJ's attempt coming up. Notice how much faster Jim FURYK has gotten now on these putting surfaces. And
yeah, that's true. He had all that. You're right. He had all the step backs and all that sort of thing.
Final round 73 for Jim. And that's tied for 13th.
Well, Dustin made that fabulous putt on 15 for the birdie. I'm sure he's made a couple of good par ones as well.
We're talking about that leave of absence from golf since last summer, and he's created all this change in his life. He's brought in a group of experts, including a life coach, to help him both on and off the course. Wayne Gretzky and the family all helping as well. Just became a father recently, a son, Tatum, and now just in his 3rd tournament back. This is Dustin's attempt to take the lead and maybe win the tournament right here.
It's in. Oh, no. How did it go that away?
That was a significant break at the last second.
Wow. Very surprised at that.
You liked it off the face, didn't you?
Yeah, it was good and solid. He did his bit. Had a weird and wonderful shake to it with 2 foot to go.
Joins Casey in the clubhouse at 6 under. Hahn about a foot and a half away from becoming the 3rd to complete 72 holes at 278. And then Garcia will be coming up the 18th, needing 4 for the playoff, 3 to win. Up and down for Hahn. I'll tell you who's got to be hurting right now is Jordan Spieth.
Agree.
He came to this hole 6 under and made a 5. DJ groans a bit.
Yeah, look, it's right edge. For all the way.
Seen that putt hold so many times through the years, including from that general area, Steve Elkington, to win a PGA championship 20 years ago in a playoff over Colin Montgomery. Now, on the tee, what will Garcia do? Oh, he's lost it left like he did at 17.
Yeah.
This is left, and this is way back.
What happened there with that golf swing, Peter?
He got his arms and body out of sequence. He got going back, never quite finished his turn. As he started forward, the body got in front. Hands try to play catch up. That's just poor rhythm.
Costa's way back there. Sergio second.
I've got him at 256. The lie is not too bad. Ball below his feet. And this is on a pretty good line if he got enough of it.
Threw everything at it, and well, that's pretty darn good from there. It's very good from there, to be honest. If he'd hit it back on that left-hand hill, it would have been a big no-no. He still has a shot up and down to tie in to win.
By the way, don't count out Sang Moon Bay at 17.
Yeah, we're all watching Sang Moon Bay.
281 yards, a 3-wood, and a really good-looking shot.
Oh, that didn't carry the bunker.
Man, he's playing long, I'll tell you.
Well, if there is a playoff, we go to 18, then to 10, and then to 14, and then back to 18. So we have 4 players at 6. Can Sang Moon Bay make a birdie and make it 5 here at 17? We'll be right back.
We're back at the 18th, and Sergio Garcia needing to get up and down.
Going with a very lofted club.
Not my #1 choice of club, I have to say.
You wanted it on the ground earlier. Let's on the ground quickly. Can it get up there, though?
Not even close. Wow. What was that? That didn't have any conviction to it.
That's what happens, Nick, when you deloft a club that much. You can't control the spin.
Plus, you've got a sharp edge hitting this grass. I mean, I've been saying it all week. It's old school. Grab the 8-iron and play the chip putt.
17.
Not a bad lie now for Bay, David. It rolled back.
No, and you know, with the sand a little damp on top, you know, he's got it's an extremely difficult shot. If he flies it all the way up on top and tries to spin it, he could yank it all the way back to the front.
Yes, a couple of options here to play it like a bunker shot, you know, and hit it fat, ball sand first, ball second, or clip it clean and pick it.
Well, he went in between. That might work. Oh, yeah.
Settle there. Oh, that's perfect.
It's a great shot.
Dead straight putt from there. Beautifully played. So he has a chance to make that putt and get to 6. Boy, an hour ago, we're all talking 7s and 8s and perhaps even a 9. And now it looks like 6 is going to be a playoff.
We were right. Any one of those would have won. Just would have won by 2 or 3.
Just would have won by 2 or 3, exactly. Yeah, that really was an excellent shot. Retief has really dropped back now. He's 6 over today, Retief Goosen, in this final grouping of 3. And Graham Dillette 2 over. Up you get. Oh, disappointing there for Graham as well. So a couple of putts there for Dillette to remain at 4 under par up there in the top 10.
The Northern Trust Open is sponsored by R15 from TaylorMade, made of greatness. CenturyLink, your link to what's next. And by Northern Trust, providing solid financial solutions for 125 years. Well, Sergio Garcia is going to be the next to play here at the 18th, and he's a good 30 feet away. He's had so many memorable shots over the course of the weekend. The incredible par that he made yesterday at the 13th, having to be rerouted over by a greenside bunker at 10, playing the hole. Somehow he got it down in 4. Today chipping in at the 12th. Did it lead to anything? We're going to find out right here on this putt.
Well, now he's got to hit the best putt of the week.
I'll call it 23 feet. 23 feet.
Hard left to righter. Probably have to hit it firm. Green is a little slower.
Start turning.
Wow, finishes bogey.
Yeah.
This is one tough golf course to get in from the 12th tee, isn't it?
No question. But his driver got away from him on those last 2 holes. Let's see. Bogeyed the 13th.
Yeah, that was a push to the right, played on the front of the green, and a 3-putt. From a long way, from 90 feet. But he's going to remember those last 2 tee shots going. He's lost everything else right, and then all of a sudden, under pressure, loses those 2, 17, 18, badly left.
Look at all those 5 under that are finished, like even Matsuyama, who shot 67 today. Graham Dillette, 17.
And once again, we're seeing that putt that is so difficult to read. Sergio chose to go straight at it, and it broke about 2 feet to the right. Graham Dillette allowing for a little bit of that break. It goes dead straight. But Sang Moon Bay now, David, this one from there on top of the hill is almost dead straight.
Yeah.
Very makeable.
A really good chance.
With his victory at Fry's, the first tournament of the season last year, he is currently 7th in the FedEx Cup standings, and a win today would move him past Jimmy Walker into 1st. So in good form, proven winner.
Well, anytime you've passed Jimmy Walker in the last few years, you're doing okay.
Yeah, that's for sure.
What a really good young player this is.
To get to 6 under and tie for the lead with the 3 others. It broke away to the right. Halfway there, he thought he had it. Looked like a very good stroke, good aggressive speed. So now he needs to birdie the last to tie. Just 15 inches or so left. Shake off the miss. Don't put yourself out of it completely with the miss from there. So Sang Moon Bay goes to the last. Outside chance of getting into the playoff. But they've all struggled here at 17. Just a really tricky hole location. No one seems to be able to get it quite right. Graham Dillette goes to the last at 4 under. And he's drained as well. Has not been able to make many putts. Made a good one back at 13, and that's about it for the last 2 days. James Hahn looks pretty relaxed, though. He's right there. Oh, a couple of photos. Very nice. That's cool. I might head down and hit a few balls, James, and stay warm.
That would be a very good idea, because playoff is almost a certainty. On a day, just looking at the board here, I got 7 different players either led alone or had a share of the lead. Johnson and Casey and Hahn, who are tied at the moment. Sergio Sangmoon Bae, Vijay Singh, Retief Goosen. 7 players, one time. And a piece of the lead during this final round. And Goosen's got the honor at the 18th. He's all the way back to 3 under now, 5 over in round 4, including a pair of double bogeys.
All of a sudden, the 45 years feels a bit old, unable to get his feet really firing through, getting his knees to work, and has got beaten up this Sunday afternoon.
And again, for Sangmoon Bae, who used to live in the Los Angeles area, used to practice at the TPC course up at Valencia, which played host to this tournament for 1 year back in '98, now lives in Texas. He needs birdie. Make it a 4-way playoff. Put it in the fairway, give yourself a chance.
That helps, but it's a long way back. And probably got to shape it round the gum trees on the corner.
Yeah, you got to carve it around with a little fade and then try to find a back left hole location. The air is very heavy right now, and it won't affect too much the flight of this ball. Though that power hitter.
He certainly is. He didn't leave much of that one back here.
And that'll work just fine. Of course, Dillette, if he was to hole that second shot, we can add him to the list of nominees for lead actor at the Northern Trust 2015. Here is the shot of the day presented by Mercedes-Benz. I thought this might have won him the golf tournament at the 12th hole. At the time, Sergio took the lead alone when he chipped it in for birdie.
Unfortunately, it's a long way from the clubhouse, isn't it?
Yeah. He would bogey 3 of the last 6, including the final 2 holes. Didn't up 1 shot out of the playoff. A couple more at 4. Keegan Bradley, late rally, eagle at the 17th. Now you look at him. His case, had he found a way to birdie 18, he could have been in the playoff. Spieth and Garcia both make 5 at the 72nd hole to finish 1 too high. Blaine Barber with the round of the day, the former Auburn Tiger, Palmer Cup player, who's showing some good signs here early in the season. Nick Watney and that group tied for 22nd. Cabrera went high today with 76. There's Jimmy Walker, who along with our Gary McCord was honored earlier this week over at Bel Air Country Club in the Traditions Dinner. Annual salute to the game. By the way, our head engineer, Steve Gorsuch, we're sending along best wishes to Steve. He's just recovering from a little hip replacement surgery in the last couple days. And he's going to make it back to Augusta. We wish him well in his recovery. Umbrellas are out. Skies again starting to open up here as we've got one group left on the course, waiting to see if it'll be a 3-man playoff or if Bay can make it a 4-man battle. You can see Bay hugging the edge of the fairway. He's going to be the first to play here, David.
Yeah, 204 yards he has left.
Think he has an idea what he needs to do here?
Yeah, he knows exactly. Scoreboard down
8 on
by the last green.
70 to 72.
That's Mark Minister.
Yes. Uphill at 75, basically. 70 is 6 meters on the green. 6 meters on the green needs to be right of the pin, because you won't cover on line with the flag. You know what I'm saying?
72 of 75.
Yes.
And helping.
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah, or more. It's not. It's cold. It's cold and wet. It's not gonna. You don't have 10 meters of help at the moment. So, even though you have this wind, it's just.
Normal, shall we?
Yes, that's the right club.
Oh, a little over 175 meters.
You can see the pin. Yes. Okay.
A little over 200 yards.
Does he have room to hit a draw, David?
Not really.
No.
No.
So he's got to hit a really good, solid fade down the left edge and, you know, just block it to the right of the flag. So it guarantees to get across that left-hand corner. That's what stopped Jordan Spieth. Landed it on that corner. It's like sponge. It traditionally stops there.
Well, he's going to hit this hard. He's got 6 iron.
6.
A little wind behind.
Wow. He's still got to get it 185 through the air uphill.
Barely missed the eucalyptus tree.
Get back there.
It's not enough. So they missed it by 10 yards. Missed his landing spot by 10 yards.
Of an assessment as you'll ever hear. Usually a great driver of the golf ball. It betrayed him this week. And Garcia 1 shot out of a playoff as you see Dustin Johnson getting ready for it.
Dustin's got to feel good after, if he can just replicate that 1 tee shot.
There's Paul Casey in the
Looking for some golf balls.
yeah, area 2.
Oh, he's doing the him and there's warm-up.
Yeah, modified version. What did you make of Sergio's take on his performance?
Well, yeah, I thought sometimes it's good to keep your cards close to your chest, even when you do your post-tournament interview. Doesn't tell everybody about everything, but I think the real bottom line, he'd be very concerned of those last couple of driver swings when he lost them left, which is nerves, because all week he'd been losing them to the right. So that was the under pressure swing. He completely overcompensated. So that's what I think he'd be more, if he's going to be honest with himself. That's what I'd be saying to myself. Wow, what happened to those last 2 swings? They're under real pressure when they really wanted it.
Sang Moon Bay needs to chip in here at 18. David Faherty. We've already watched Sergio from down in that area.
Yeah, and Nick, I'm not sure that you're not better just putting it on the ground immediately here with the putter. You got to get it there, and to get it online, it's just as easy with that as it is with anything else.
No, I agree. Yeah, if I was the caddy, I'd keep my hands on the wedges as he grabs a wedge.
Yeah, that's one of the sand wedges.
I don't like this
And
shot
low
at all.
checking shots. Hard to get it to the hole.
Well, because if you miss hit at a fraction, you put more spin on it. This is the perfect shot when you just want to take that 8-iron, play it off your right toe,
No problem.
and trap it. Yeah, that's better. That's better.
Or this 8-iron.
This is this 8-iron, yeah.
Yes.
The 2-degree 8-iron.
Yeah.
That's perfect. We're happy with this one. Especially under pressure. You miss out a fraction. That's what Sergio did. He took a wedge, mishit it, and came up 20 feet short. You just got to believe you're... Well, he's trying to hold it. What are we all talking about? So he's got to give it a run. Pick a line. This is your one-shot wonder at the end of the day.
Boy, he had a wonderful shot, but never threatened the hole. So it's going to be a 3-man playoff. Dustin Johnson, Paul Casey, and James Hahn. Still waiting to see Hahn make an appearance. Here we go. He's not going to go with the full swings. He's just behind her tower here on the practice putting green.
Yeah, you definitely need a couple of driver swings, because that seems like the key shot. If you hit a decent drive, you've set yourself up on the hole. If you neck it, and Paul Casey must be a little concerned. He must have necked something at 18. It only went about 240 yards into the gum trees on the right.
Here's Dillette to get the 5 under. Nice little stab at it.
He fought hard. He had a bad run at the start. Double number 2, bogeyed 3, and from then on nothing was happening.
He did well to get back into it with the birdie at the 13th, Dillette. Had he been able to find a birdie at 17, he could have made this last hole very interesting.
What am I going to play with?
Getting a few driver swings in.
Well, he hit a beautiful one at 18.
Here's Goosen to end a very disappointing day. This for birdie. Get in there. Had back surgery back in August of 2013, and his words gave him a second life. He barely walked. He felt he was almost unable to even play. I mean, this is the start of the second act for him. It's a disappointing final round, but a last hole birdie moves him into the top 10.
I love her roll.
I think DJ's played the tee shot and now the what he thinks might be the second shot.
It's good thinking.
And it's very smart.
Keep the visualization going.
It's his brother Austin who's caddying for him now. This for par, this for a share of 4th. Oh, nasty lip out.
Look at it. It's further away. Ay, ay, ay. This is quite simply a great golf course. He put the guys through the ringer through the whole week. I mean, apart from this afternoon when its conditions are pretty harsh. It had minimal wind, but it went rock hard, and they've enjoyed it. I think. Bottom line, it's a headbanger, but they've enjoyed the challenge.
It is a big boys course, David. How about Bay comes to 18, needing birdie to get into a playoff, and now all of a sudden he's got this putt to finish inside the top 10. Otherwise, he's outside.
Yeah, I wouldn't like this one. This could be just hide behind a cushion.
There you go. He's already had a win this season. You know, the tour begins the season in October. And up at Silverado in Napa on October 12th, he won the first official event of the new PGA Tour year. Also has a 5th over in Asia in the tour event and 6th over at Kapalua. So he's becoming a regular on the first page of the leaderboard. Dillette, final hole 4 for him for 73. So they'll get the 3 combatants in position now. Heading back to the 18th tee. Dustin Johnson, Paul Casey, and James Hahn. A playoff coming at Riviera. One of the best finishing holes in golf, the 18th at Riviera, and now it's going to become the first playoff hole. And should it extend beyond this point, they'll go to the 10th.
Dustin, good job.
That diabolical little par 4. Rick Waddell from Northern Trust and Mark Russell from the Tour.
Good to see you again. Good to see you again.
About to get this started.
Guys, Rick Waddell's going to assist us here. The chairman and CEO of Northern Trust. We're going to play 18, 10, 14, and 18 in the playoff. Paul, you finish first, so you'll draw. And then Dustin, you'll draw. And then James, you'll draw. Paul? Dustin, you'll lead off.
James gets first. Says a 3.
No need to go to the hat, James.
Okay? Play well, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Well, we'll see. The biggest hitter in the bunch will go first. The 21st ranked player in the world. Already with 8 career wins.
He doesn't dislike it.
Yeah.
Neither he should.
Kind of sets the standard.
Yes, it does. Next will be Casey. He's not in the Masters. A win here would send him to Augusta. He's 85th in the world.
His immediate goal, get inside the top 50, qualify for World Golf Championships and Augusta.
Looks like another good one.
He likes it.
That's right rough, though. You may not realize it back there because you've got a blind tee shot here.
Yeah.
Some 50 feet up a rise. And you're going to have to carve that second shot. Now, here's James. We never saw him warm up down on the range.
I talked to him around the 10th green during the regulation round, and he was about as loose as you could be for the situation as he was in.
297th in the world, looking for his first win.
Yeah. Beautiful power fade off that left edge. Should get the kick. Come on. Oh, sits down.
Again, just grabs it. The Kikuyu grass. Only Dustin Johnson in the fairway, and he's deep. Playoff underway here at the Northern Trust Open. We've got Peter Costas and David Faraday both back in the fairway.
Well, James Hahn will be the first to play, Jim. He's got 220.
Yeah.
Pretty good lie. Terrible angle, however.
How about this? To start today, there was a bunch leaderboard, and 2 of them came from 4 back.
200. Let's get our landing number.
Casey was 5 behind.
A little bit of help. Just a 3-iron, just hit it, huh? I think that's perfect. I just don't think the ball's going quite exactly as it was, right? So we're trying to land about 210, 212.
You can just go right at it.
Oh, let's go just a couple paces right at it.
If you could just keep it on the right edge of the green, I would take that, because if it doesn't carry, it doesn't make the left corner. We sound like broken records this week, but
you got to play the percentages.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to win with a birdie necessarily, but
highly unlikely.
you could lose it with a bogey.
We've had 4 birdies all day, so this really is the hole just to get through and keep yourself in the playoff. If somebody makes a crazy 3, well, they've well and truly won it.
All right, this is a 3-iron.
Yeah, especially when you got 3-iron in your hand.
You appear to get that a little bit heavy in the lie.
They just don't.
Oh, it might help.
They seldom will bounce up like that.
Well, he hit a fat 3-iron. It's got no spin on it, so that actually was a nice little bit of compensation. Yeah, he knows it. That was a brutally tough shot. Yes, get up there.
He's happy with this.
He's got a good character, isn't he?
All right, Paul Casey be next to play. He's got 193. Not as good a lie as James Hahn. He's going with a 6-iron.
Can you move the people on the corner, please? They're hitting it right over their heads.
He's got to shape this one, Peter.
Yeah, he's got to take it to the left side of the green and cut it.
He's got the arm strength to do that.
Just skirts by the trees. This is on a wonderful line.
Get across that corner.
That's what we're talking about.
It will not happen.
Yeah, that was a real Kikuyu bounce.
Yeah. Backwards.
Now I wonder if this is the club we saw Dustin Johnson practicing with, the last iron shot that he hit on the practice range. Did he guess accurately that he had about 172 in?
Well, he has exactly 172, yeah. And I suspect this is 8 iron.
I think that's what he hit last time, so just aim and rip it.
It's in the perfect spot.
Yeah, because he can aim a little right of the flag and hit a 2-yard draw, make sure it penetrates.
And that's what he's got.
What does that mean?
He's leaning.
A lot of leaning. No. Just needed to keep that right shoulder going forward rather than underneath it. Threw it up in the air. Lost the penetration. Lost a good 5 or 6 yards of distance.
4 or 5 feet closer than Hahn, and Casey has the most complicated situation left. He's got a little third shot chip that's going to break hard right on him.
Actually, my eyesight is going, that was 9, which explains it.
Yeah, 8 would have been nice. Here's how they got here. This was at the 4th hole. Hahn.
Well, this is a serious bonus on the 4th. One of the toughest.
Casey at the 16th. He was playing well ahead of the last groups. People took notice at this point right here that Casey was going to be in the mix. At the 15th hole, Dustin Johnson for birdie. And we'll see anything that looks like it's going to be birdie time here. You never know.
You never know.
Could be headed over to the 10th.
Well, that would be poetic justice that we go to the 10th hole to decide this whole thing, wouldn't it?
Because more than likely should be decided there. No idea what score.
So Paul Casey, he's got one of those lofted wedges here. Nick, you haven't liked this play today, and this Kikuyu grass.
Yeah.
Well, this one is from a different angle and needs to carry it a little bit farther into the green.
And it will break right on him.
Yeah, he can carry it right up to there.
Right inside of your circle.
Well, he's gonna
love that.
I was gonna say, yeah, I thought he was gonna keep tracking and be
left it in a good spot too. Slightly uphill. Well played, considering the situation here and the nerves you have to be battling. Casey with 1 win in America, and that was in Houston the week before the 2009 Masters. As high as 3rd in the world at one point in his career. He's had a lot of injuries to overcome. His wife and his little boy Lex, they flew over to the UK earlier this week, and they're watching this very broadcast right now over in London live.
Yeah, it's midnight back in Blighty.
Hahn will be next.
Well, this is one that obviously you would like to make. There's no question about that. But you can't get too greedy and run it 3 or 4 feet by, because you do not want that one coming back.
It's a good putt.
Oh, it's a really good. Wow. Tracking perfectly. If he'd hit it, who knows?
Been an amazing journey for James Hahn to get to this point. He's going to go ahead and finish. Put a 4 on the board. Played golf at Cal. Did not even play his last year. The whole regimentation of college golf and trying to graduate, which he did from Berkeley, became a bit too much. Graduated, wore a suit every day to work for a number of years, working in the advertising world. Even sold shoes at a Nordstrom store up in the Bay Area. In 2010, he's got about $300 left in the savings account. He gave golf another try, and he's made it. Dustin Johnson has this for the win.
He walked in there quickly to look at probably more the weight than the line here. Slightly different line.
Oh, hit it. Okay. Coverage is going to continue for those of you on the West Coast on CBS after completion of this hole, and then to the rest of the nation be ready to switch over to Golf Channel for the continuing live coverage. Casey stays in it. Nice up and down. And we're on our way to having 3 pars posted here at 18. Guess what? We're going to have a little audible here. We are going to stay right across the nation on CBS here for this next playoff hole, which is going to be the 10th hole. One of the great short par 4s in the world. Is now going to be the site, perhaps, of where this will all be decided. They all march on. It's just a short walk over to the 10th. And there it is. It's drivable, but that is one of the scariest little holes you'll find anywhere. And as Gary McCord was telling us now hours ago in our broadcast, just a little over 300 yards, and it was the second most difficult hole of the day.
Well, Jim, it ended up being the 6th toughest hole of the day, and it averaged 4.2 over par, obviously.
You know what's interesting here now? Again, they'll stay with the same order, and Dustin will be first. And what is the strategy? What's the mind game you play in a 3-man battle here when it comes to how you attack this drivable par 4?
Well, I think Dustin more than likely is going to go for it because he has the luxury of maybe grabbing even a 3-wood. And their goal, Gary, if they missed it, we're unlikely to hit the green, but they're just trying to get level with the green somewhere in that nice little fairway section, kind of pin high.
Well, with the breeze back into their face now, and it's colder than it was when they played in regulation, if someone takes 3-wood out, then they're playing for short front of the green, and driver, they're playing to knock it on.
Peter, would you have thought? I think driver would be better because if he went long, there's a better chance of options to chip on being long of the green rather than short.
There's all sorts of options, and I like Vijay hitting the front bunker and had a nice bunker shot about 4 feet away and made his birdie, so maybe that's the formula. Again, there's all sorts of formulas. Now that's going to be a bad angle because,
wow.
Yeah, well, that is in the rough, and he's got to go over the edge of the bunker.
He just hit it about 6 or 8 yards too far.
How far did he hit that? How far did he hit that 3-wood through the air?
Long
way. I know.
Well, it's 303 to the flag, and he's past the flag. There's the flag back there.
He's got no shot.
Nothing.
From that angle, he cannot play at the hole.
No. Okay, 3-wood now, Paul Casey. I was thinking if he can get in that bunker on the green somehow. Pretty good swing. Marshall likes it right down the middle. Ooh,
That's the spot I was talking about.
Perfect there.
Yeah, that is great spot.
Perfect.
He can bank that with a nice drawing chip shot.
Yeah, you can almost make 4 from there.
Thank you.
Yeah. The same thing. That's just perfect. And that's that driving area over there to get perfect is about the size of your throw ruck, and that's if you hit it anywhere other than that, you're going to start playing tricks.
James Hahn going with driver now.
Same area. That's going to go too far, though, and that's going to get back in that longer grass over the bunker. Paul Casey in perfect position on the 10th hole.
Handle this, but you remember when we had that playoff 3 years ago, Gary, and you called it. It was Haas and Keegan Bradley and Phil Mickelson, and Haas just was able to get it on the front of the green. Then he drained the long putt to win it. Yeah, he just pitched it to about 30 feet. Right. And the middle of the green and dunked that one and got the win. But and that's exactly, we got our 2 guys on the ground, but I don't think, literally, from where they are in there, I don't think you could throw a beanbag and stop it by the flag. I think they're going to have to go to their This is going to put severe pressure on what they do. Peter Costas, if he hits this ball close,
this changes
everything.
Interesting. This is match play at its best, because if he hits it inside of 6 feet, they're going to probably have to go after that flag, and who knows what happens then. And this is no bargain.
Trying to draw it in. You see it kind of like a little low hook, and he's trying to track it back there. That's going to leave Paul about 15 feet away. You can see, if he just got a little closer, and of course, Peter, you work with Paul a lot, so if he just got that ball, inside of 6 feet, they're going to have to go for it. Now, I think they both play to the right and don't even take on that pin.
That's the conundrum of this hole, isn't it? In metal play, neither one of these 2 players would mess with the flag stick at all. They'd play out to the right of the bunker, middle of the green, and take a 35-footer.
Well, James Hahn is not looking to the right.
So I tell you, going to the right isn't that easy a shot either.
He's making a swing like he's going to go high and try to spin it as best as possible and see what happens.
Beautiful golf shot there by James Hahn, ranked 389th in the world, no problem.
What a shot. I mean, he had half a lie, for that. Dustin is, in a nasty, gnarly looking. He's going to have to play a big, sweaty bunker shot and hope for the best.
Yeah, you would think these 2 putts on the same line. Paul's going to give James Hahn a really good look if Paul misses. So Dustin's going, I can't flip it to the right and try a 40-footer. That's not going to work.
He's played an unbelievable shot. An unbelievable shot.
He put spin on that ball. Wait a minute. Whoa, 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 whoa. That ball checked.
Oh, that's not meant to happen.
No, David, that ball can't check out of that stuff. It's like hitting out of laundry. Wow. That got my attention right there. James Hahn rerouted that to the inside, got it way up in the air, and you can see that ball kind of rolled out, and that's what it usually does. You watch this next shot now. You heard it was kind of thick, but watch it check right there.
I did not see that coming.
Under the circumstances, those are 2 of the finest shots you will ever see.
Ever. Players who 1 year after finishing runner-up, you can see Dustin Johnson down there, runner-up in 2014. Pretty good leaderboard, isn't it? Show ponies at their best. Actually got to meet Lloyd Mangrum up in Apple Valley many, many years ago. Okay, Peter Casas. I know one thing watching this green, it breaks pretty good right to left. Paul dedicated himself not to play the European Tour, Peter, this year, and come over and play this tour and get it going, and this will be a good start. Oh, man. I know Dustin's going to make that one, so James Hahn now has got to make this. Dustin's getting all geared up over there. What a shot that was.
I think the great thing about that was there was no choice for him, was it?
None.
That was the 100%. I just have to go for it, and they both pulled off sensational shots.
And I don't think, midday today, I don't think you could have done that. We've had some rain. It's got a little softer, and the greens were just bouncy enough that you couldn't go with those. But anyway, he had a good look. Gets a pretty good putter. How can he manage his nerves? We'll find out. Hahn. This is his 64th event on the tour. I think he's only had 4 top 10s. A great kid, by the way. Really nice man.
What are the chances that the two guys that headed into the impossible spot will be the two guys that might go on?
Unbelievable. Paul Casey will withdraw his name from the event, and we will go to the par 3 14th.
We're heading to the 14th, and we're down to 2. FURYK Hahn. Dustin Johnson. Both make birdie. Well, Casey eliminated. We're going to stay right here on
Club
CBS.
selection will be easier. Dustin Johnson parred all 4 days here at 14.
And the big fella has 6 iron.
And James Hahn bogeyed it in round 3 with pars the other 3 rounds. So a good solid 6 iron for Dustin Johnson. I would say one more for James Hahn.
Just right of the flagstick.
Beautiful shot there for Dustin Johnson. His iron play's been good. He hit a beauty into 18 and was unlucky not to hold that putt for the outright win. Remember, these guys were paired today, so this is their 21st hole together for the day.
And James Hahn is also selected a 6 iron. Which I'm not sure there's any room for any mishit here.
I agree, Peter. He's going to have to turn this over and maybe get a little jump forward. Really good swing, though, Peter.
So many of these young kids have great golf swings.
He just lives on the internet, always trying to improve, trying to look for something different every day. Good solid 6 iron with a little draw.
Well, it started to the right. It's turning over.
Ooh, a little safer, but 2 pretty good shots. You'd have to say, though, advantage Dustin Johnson.
And we'll be back at the Northern Trust Open in just a moment. Pebble Beach. And again, in the case of Dustin Johnson, he's already an 8-time winner on tour.
Yes, you'd have to say underdog versus, well, maybe not superstar yet, but potential superstar, Dustin Johnson. As you say, 8 wins, looking for his 9th. James Hahn from a similar line to regulation.
Well, this putt has to be influenced by the ocean to the right. And it looks like it wants to turn left, but I suspect not as much as it looks.
Yes, everything here, Peter, has a tendency to go down towards the 6th green. That's the lowest point on the course, and as you said, towards the ocean. That's the tendency. Doesn't mean every putt breaks that way, but it's something you need to factor in. Always has a good discussion with his caddy there, Mark Urbanek. He's got style. I like him. James Hahn, we all do. See him there signing autographs for the kids after his round. Nice and relaxed. Very popular. Is it enough? Does it make it? Yes, it does. James Hahn applies the pressure here at 14. Dustin Johnson now must make it. Straight in the middle. Almost exactly the same line from a little closer in regulation. He knew it was going to break to the right towards the 6th, as we said. And how about those 2 putts?
This man's an awful lot better than 297th in the world, isn't he?
Exactly right, Nick.
I mean, that,
and so many of them are, the youngsters. They swing the club so well, they have so much confidence, and they see the other youngsters doing well, and they think they can as well. Boy, some emotion there. Well done.
Come a long way from a man that knows the difference between Jimmy Choos and Manolo Blahniks and Christian Louboutins.
And a child in a couple of weeks' time upcoming for he and his bride.
Maybe just outside the left here for Dustin.
No. So it's James Hahn. Never looked like going in.
No, James never looked. He kept his eyes down.
So it's Hahn. James Hahn, the winner here. Not shaken and not stirred. Peter Costas. Let's have a chat with James Hahn, the winner.
Thank you, Ian. I am with James Hahn. And James, up until now, you were known for your Gangnam-style dance at 16 a couple years ago at Phoenix. Now you're known as a tour winner. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. This is amazing. Have a little girl come in 3 weeks, and yeah, this is unbelievable. I never would have thought I would have won this golf tournament. I mean, there's so many great players here. Dustin, Sergio, Jordan. I mean, just to be here competing with these guys is an honor.
Well, you never know what happens when you hang in there, and you hung in there. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Just an amazing, amazing odyssey it has been for James Hahn. Never lost sight of the dream. He and his wife Stephanie, as he said, 3 weeks away from welcoming a little girl into the world. It's a whole new world for him after holding this putt to take the title at the Northern Trust Open for Sir Nick Faldo and the whole CBS golf family. We will see you next at Augusta and the Masters. Congratulations to James Hahn, who takes the title.